No, there's one cookie. You have to eat it. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I have Janelle.
Hello. Yay.
And we are talking about Hocus Pocus.
Yay.
Janelle has opted out of doing the whole explain, so cut to me doing that now. Hocus Pocus is a 1993 theatrical release. It's directed by Kenny Ortega, cinematography by Hiro Narita, editing by Peter E. Berger, music by John Debney, and it's written by Mick Garris and Neil Cuthbert. Everyone but Peter and Neil I have covered in a previous video. They will be listed and linked in the description. Peter E. Berger is best known for Fatal Attraction and the Star Trek movies. Neil Cuthbert is best known for Mystery Men, The Adventures of Pluto Nash, and The Return of Swamp Thing. The film stars Omri Katz, Thora Birch, Vanessa Shaw, Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy Najimy, Jason Marsden, Sean Murray, and Doug Jones. Omri Katz plays Max and is best known for Dallas, Erie, Indiana, The John Larroquette Show, and this. Thora Birch is best known for Ghost World, Patriot Games, American Beauty, and this. Vanessa Shaw plays Allison and is best known for 3:10 to Yuma, Eyes Wide Shut, The Hills Have Eyes, and this. Bette Midler plays Winifred, and I covered her in the video about Oliver and Company. The link will be in the description. Sarah Jessica Parker plays Sarah, and I covered her in the video about Flight of the Navigator. The link will be in the description. Kathy Najimy plays Mary, and she's best known for Sister Act 1 and 2, King of the Hill, and this. Jason Marsden plays the voice of Thackeray Binks, and he's best known for Young Justice, a Goofy movie, Spirited Away, and this. Sean Murray plays the real version of Thackeray, and he is best known for This Boy's Life, Hearts of the West, NCIS, and this. Doug Jones plays Billy, and he's best known for The Watch, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, Pan's Labyrinth, and The Shape of Water. David Kirshner came up with the idea-ish part of it one night when he saw a black cat, and he just imagined that it was a person over 300 years ago that was cursed to be a cat by 3 witches. Mick Garris, who worked on Fuzzbucket, had a script called Disney's Halloween House around 1984 that Disney had bought, and it was darker and scarier, and it was all 12-year-olds, and Kirshner and Garris took it to Amblin Entertainment, which is owned by Steven Spielberg, to co-produce it, and Spielberg refused to work with what he considered his competitor at the time, or his rival, so he refused. And then the script went through a ton of rewrites for the next, 1984, 6 to 8 years. And it wasn't until Bette Midler showed interest in the script in 1992 that things moved forward, and she was going to play Winifred Sanderson, the character originally intended for Cloris Leachman. They started filming October 12th, 1992, which funnily enough is my brother's birthday, so that's cool, and Christian's birthday. And most of it was done on sound stages, but the outside stuff they did shoot was shot in Salem and Marblehead, Massachusetts. Leo DiCaprio was asked to be Max, but he turned it down for What's Eating Gilbert Grape. This may shock a lot of you, but this film did horribly. It took $28 million to make. It made $39.5 million. That's terrible. It has 34% on Rotten Tomatoes. The movie did terribly. People thought it was pointless, that there was a lot of shrieking in the film. It didn't make any sense, and it was a dumb story. It got horrible reviews. People didn't like it. It did so bad, which was a shock to me when I found out, because obviously I grew up knowing Hocus Pocus is like a Halloween classic. They released it in July of 1993, and it went up against Free Willy. I'm a Free Willy stan, so I don't blame it for not doing so well against Free Willy, because Free Willy is really good. But they didn't want to release it at Halloween because in 1993, on Halloween, The Nightmare Before Christmas came out under the Touchstone Pictures banner. This is the perfect time for me to tell you guys I will not be covering The Nightmare Before Christmas in 1993, because in 1993 it was released as a Touchstone Pictures movie and not a Disney movie. In 2006, they re-released the movie as the Disney movie, so I'll cover it then, okay? Okay, don't come for me that it's not covered in 1993. Anyway, so they didn't want to put Hocus Pocus at Halloween time because they didn't want it to go up against The Nightmare Before Christmas and cancel each other out and ruin their chances. So they pitted against Free Willy in July, so the movie did terribly. But obviously, as I'm sure you can tell, over the course of time, it got a cult following, and then it just started to become more and more successful, and then Disney Channel and ABC Family, which is now Freeform, started playing it every Halloween, and the views for it started to go through the roof, so then they had it on DVD and eventually Blu-ray, and the sales for it every Halloween go through the roof, and it has just become what it is now. Okay, so there's a sequel situation. For a long time, there was no sequel discussion, and then it was like, we'll do a sequel direct to TV, and then that was like, no, and then for a minute, it was, we'll make a remake for TV, and that, no one reacted to that well, so that got squashed. And then in 2019, last year, it was confirmed that there will be a sequel for Disney Plus, and all three Sanderson sisters, Bette Midler, Kathy Najimy, and Sarah Jessica Parker, have expressed interest in reprising their roles, which is super exciting. Also, last year? No, 2018, there was like the 25th anniversary of Hocus Pocus event, and a ton of the stars had come back to like Q&A's and stuff, so like if they can get them back for that, maybe they can get them back for a sequel. I have the Blu-ray, and believe it or not, there are not a ton of special features by any means. There is an original featurette, which is like an original like kind of trailer, and then there is a version of the film you can watch that like has commentary and deleted scenes and like pop-up trivia and like all this other stuff. Full transparency, I didn't watch that because it was watching the film again, another like hour and 40 minutes, and I didn't have the time. So I'm very sorry that I didn't watch that, but that is the only bonus feature on the Blu-ray that I own. So they obviously don't have a lot of extras for Hocus Pocus, but that makes sense because it wasn't super popular. So like at the time, why would they think to do that? It is also available on Disney Plus, just so everybody knows. You can watch it on Disney Plus. And we're back. Hi, how's it going? Janelle's here. You've only ever been in the group video. Mm-hmm. You excited?
I am excited.
I'm excited. You watched Hocus Pocus a lot as a kid.
Yes, I did.
And you haven't seen it in a long time.
No, it was really nice seeing it now, because like any Disney movie, there are a lot of jokes that only adults would get.
True.
It's like, oh, okay, it's kind of inappropriate, but
true.
Tasteful.
They do. They have some. Well, the whole like heavy virgin thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're a virgin. He's 16.
I remember not knowing what that was. I'm like,
yeah.
it's just part of the spell. Don't know what that means, but
wow.
Yeah.
Did you like it? Did you like it more? Did you like it less?
Probably just the same amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yay.
Yeah, it's fun. It's hilarious. It's goofy.
I think they set out to do what they did, and I think they succeeded at it. I think the movie flies. Mm-hmm. Like, I think it's a really easy watch. You know, I don't think any scene in particular is completely unnecessary. Like, I don't think they do any kind of detour that's like, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people like said like big criticisms were like, oh, there's a lot of shrieking in the film, or the story makes no sense. And I'm like, how does the story not make any sense?
Pretty straightforward.
The villains have a clear goal, and the heroes have a clear goal, and they both work toward that goal the entire film. I don't understand how the movie doesn't make sense. The sisters want children to stay young, and their book, for half the movie they're trying to get the book so they can make the potion for the children to stay young. And then the kids don't want the witches to live or to get the book. Like, I don't understand what was confusing about that.
Nothing.
Yeah. Critics were just like, would you say Sarah's your favorite character?
I like her, but Winnie's my favorite.
Winnie's your favorite?
How can you not love her? She's hilarious.
Yeah, she's great. Bette Midler did a great
ridiculous.
job. Oh yeah, absolutely. Just her like over dramatics, like when they call her ugly. Yeah. Take me to the window so I can see the breath of fresh air for one last time.
Goodbye, life.
Some of the stuff they say that makes no sense, like Mary knowing what margarine is, or what your driver's permit. Yeah.
Pull over.
Yeah, even doing that. Is all obviously like, it's obviously supposed to be like jokes, and we're not supposed to take it that seriously or whatever, but there are those things that you're like, they wouldn't know what that is if we're going with the whole 1693 thing. They totally would have survived if Winnie wasn't so stubborn.
Yes they would. They had like so many kids lined up at the door, and she's like, no, I want the child that called me ugly. I'm like, It's on you.
I love the sibling relationship because Danny and Max are like 8 years apart, and my brother and I are 8 years apart. So when I was watching it when I was younger, I really, really related to that because I was like, my brother and I are 8 years apart. It's like me and my brother.
That's so sweet.
Like my brother would save my life. Turns out he wouldn't. Just kidding.
It's nice to see how they reacted to with each other, like the Sanderson sisters themselves, how like selfish they are, and how like, you know, there were a few moments, but they're like calming circle, and how they're able to know, like they're like, oh, come on, you're a little upset, come on.
Yeah,
so I'm like, but I don't think they would die for each other.
Yeah, no. I mean, you could argue that Sarah and Mary die for Winnie. Because
I mean, they'd probably help each other. Like, they'd probably save her.
Although, right at the beginning, they, like, had a thing where Mary was like, oh, well, how come Sarah's not doing anything? And Sarah was like, I lured the children.
Right. But that's, like, a sister thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then they, like, bark at each other.
Yeah. And, like, Mary literally barks.
I'm kind of upset. Like, I get they each had their strengths, but Winnie's the only one that, like, uses powers. We're, like... Sarah lures the children with her song, so that's obviously her magic, and then, like, obviously Mary smelling out the children is a thing. But, like, I wanted to see them kind of be... Right. There's gonna be a sequel, and, yeah.
And how long is it?
It's been, like, 26 years. 27 years?
Okay.
There's gonna be a sequel, so if they reprise they're all three of them are open to reprising their roles.
Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah. So if they reprise their roles, what I would like to see in a sequel is Sarah and Mary using actual powers, just like Winnie.
Mm-hmm. You see them, well, not, you know, the physical powers, but they back up her spells, you know. When
which I do love. I love that all three of them do the spells together. Mm-hmm. That's always the best one. Turning him into a cat, or when they're like sniffing.
They're so weird.
Amok.
I just remember loving it as a kid.
Yeah.
And having a crush on, like, Thackeray.
Oh, you were a Thackeray stan, huh?
I was.
I was a Max stan for sure.
Love Billy.
Oh my god!
Billy.
Major shout out to Billy, because Billy's just he mean it. Wench!
like, okay.
What a move!
Been waiting for centuries to say that. Say whatever you want. Just don't breathe on me.
Just don't breathe on me.
What was the guy's name?
Which guy?
That plays the devil?
Gary Marshall.
Yes. Still think that's a little weird that his sister played his wife.
Yeah, Gary Marshall and his sister playing man and wife, creepy.
Very creepy.
Even if it's a scene in which they're not like kissing, like you don't have to kiss the co-star.
Still,
I mean, if you had to kiss your co-star and it was your sister as your wife,
I'd be like, why would you take that part?
Yeah, no. Okay, I think that's everything. I have nothing. You have nothing.
No.
What would you rate the movie? I do out of 10. You can do it out of whatever you want.
I'd give it an 8.
An 8? Solid. Okay, my final rating is 7. Oh, what should we do? 7 witches? An 8 witches? Or should we do cats? Like black cats? Or brooms? Or vacuums? Or mops?
All of the above?
All of the above. She went for multiple items. 7 witches, cats, brooms, vacuums, mops. I think that's everything I said. Out of 10.
Yep.
Hers is 8 out of 10. Our total movie count is on the screen somewhere. Parents' total and credit count are still the same. If you want to keep up with what movie I'm watching when, follow me on Instagram to find out what movie I'm watching when. Follow Janelle on the good old Insta. Because she's really talented. Follow both of them. Because she cosplays and then she draws. And she's super talented and stuff. Okay? Stop it. You saw the Jessarella picture. All of y'all saw the Jessarella. Join my Patreon because it's awesome. Until next time, comment, like, subscribe, but I don't know if you are, so you do, and don't be the Sanderson sisters about it, honestly, because as much as we love them, they're evil.
Yeah.
Oh, please. You don't need makeup.